Good morning, all my beautiful cross-stitch friends. This is Sandy the Sunroom Stitcher coming to you from the gentle folds of the lilac thicket. It is Monday, the 28th of June. It's 7:35 in the morning. I was going to set this up outside, but we've got an overcast day, and the natural lighting really wasn't very good for a video. So here I am in the midst of chaos in my happy room, but that's okay because I'm happy when I'm in my happy room. So the first thing is there are many of you who are familiar with me, and there are some that will not be familiar with me. I've got like 63 videos from about 3 years and back. Before my account with YouTube was shut down due to someone stirring up trouble. So I just got it back last week. And I want to warn everyone, because some people are not in touch with their spirituality. I am a very conservative Catholic woman, and I talk about God in my videos and the way that He works in my life, not proselytizing at all. So if that's not your cup of tea, please turn off the video and move on to the next one. No hard feelings. To each their own. All of us we march to a different beat, and I'm okay with that because we can learn so much from one another. If we put aside our differences and look at the things that are common between all of us, it would be a much happier world. But let you know what I've been doing in the past, well, since I retired, really, because that's when all the good stuff happened, was I retired in June, and my Social Security didn't start until October, but I didn't get that first payment until November. Well, I wanted to build a pantry. That was like something that was pressing into me, as I felt the need that I had to do that. So probably, and I'm still building it, and it's not something that you do overnight. And I, despite all this crazy, chaotic COVID world we were living in, I thrived. I just flourished and thrived here at home. And I took advantage of the Walmart home delivery, and I'm so glad that I did. I'm still using it, and I love it. In fact, I've got a delivery coming between 9 and 10 today. So, yeah, it works well for me, and through that, and I hated going into the stores with a mask. I have difficulty breathing, and because of my weight. And I do have a damaged right lung from a tumor that I had a couple of decades ago. So, yeah, it was tough, and I avoided going into the stores. In fact, I stayed home a month or so at a time. I might have to get out and get something, but generally Orrin would go out and get it for me, and Orrin is my husband. But anyways, I built that pantry up, and then come September 1st, my husband was furloughed, and we here, at least at the time that Orrin was furloughed, there was no extra money at all on top of the unemployment, and unemployment wasn't did not come up to the amount that he would have gotten on his paycheck. So I had a 401k, a small one, and between that and the unemployment, we were able to pay our mortgage. We were able to pay our bills on time, and that was such a gift. That was all the Lord. That really was. So I got my pantry built up, and we lived off of that. We lots of rice and beans, but we love them. It was just, it was a learning experience for me. And I look back on it now because he started back to work in January. I feel so incredible. And even that is not the focus of my memories. It is that I was able to stay home. I was able to cook from scratch. I was making my own laundry detergent. I was making my own taco seasonings. I made my own Bisquick from basic ingredients. And thanks to Tar and Mike on Living on a Dime, they're so fantastic. And I've had their cookbook for years, but that helped too. And of course, the stuff on the internet, the resources on the internet, as far as information, is incredible. So it was a challenge, and Orrin and I were able to step up to that challenge. That was so great. But I got my kitchen reorganized. In fact, I got my kitchen organized the week that my husband, at the end of the week, my husband got his notice that he was being furloughed. So that was good because my husband fancies himself a cook, okay? And yeah, we had a few words about him taking things and starting to rearrange after I reorganized. And I squashed that. Don't you dare touch it. But in the past year since I've retired, I've only put 125 miles on my car. Isn't that wonderful? So, yeah. But one of the casualties of all that worldly chaos was that my very favorite thrift shop, it closed permanently this spring. And they've actually sold the building. Sad. I got the best stuff there. I had a fire in 2001, and I actually, all of my furniture and stuff came from that thrift shop. I was getting like brand new Lazy Boy sleeper sofa for $30. So yeah, it was incredible. So, you know, my focus is always on my home, being at home, just enjoying being home, being a homemaker. This has been a dream of mine for decades. So I get to sleep as long as I want, and I can fix whatever I want to eat, and I get to stitch. I can watch movies on the computer. I can watch the birds out in the backyard, and we had a beautiful spring. I had the most gorgeous flowers, peonies, lilacs, lilies, tulips, paper whites, daffodils, lilies of the valley, honeysuckle. Oh my gosh, it's just been beautiful. So, these are the flowers my husband gave me. These are the first flowers that my husband's ever given me on our 10-year anniversary. Aren't those pretty? I love them. And so I'm gonna press three of them or so, and put them in our wedding photo book. But I put them in here because I spend most of my time in here. So just let's see here. I'm trying to be organized, guys. I got a Silver Needle newsletter, and the Needlework Galleria in St. Charles, Missouri is going to be September 22nd through the 25th. And that's where they, the shops go, or the designers go, and they set up shops in the rooms, and you, the consumer, can go and shop there. I guess it's a big deal. I can't remember the name. It's a really nice hotel that they have it at there in St. Charles, which is about 250-mile drive. I'm not going to go. No, I don't need stash. But I know a lot of ladies go and they have a lot of fun. The second thing I saw that was sort of interesting is the Dovo Scissor Company in Solingen, Germany. They're closing after 125 years. Wow. I know those Dovo scissors are nice. I've never had a pair. So the first thing that I wanted to do today is show you some of the free designs that I've been stitching on, and which has really been my focus. I've got some big works, works in process, but I'm going to show those to you the next video. I'm going to try and keep this video about 20-25 minutes. I don't want to do any of those hour-long ones, but I'll share with you some of the finishes that I have, and that here it is. And they're not ironed or anything. This one got crunched up where it was sitting, and honestly, it was a lot cuter before. But let me grab. This is a freebie, and I did this about St. Patrick's Day. Around St. Patrick's Day. And it is by she's got a blog. It's Brigitte Dadu, and the links to all these freebies are going to be down in the notes section. And this is Shamrocks. It's on 28 count white even weave, and I stitched it with the die is cast, the color is Grace Kelly. It's not really showing up, it almost looks black. Let's see if this helps. I don't think it does really. Alright, but anyways, and I put I added a little silk ribbon, sort of tied two of the little 4-leaf clovers together, and put a little ladybug on it. It's really cute. The die is cast was by, I believe, Brenda Hipkins, and that's probably a good 15 years old, and she no longer dyes. She also did some fabric too, and they were wonderful colors. They were like vintage colors, sampler colors. Pardon me, no bright colors or anything like that. I love it. And the thing about it is, I love using it, and I love using her fabric. But the problem is, once I use it all up, it's gone. So I savor it. But that, I really like that. I'm not sure how I'm going to finish it though. But that is Shamrocks by Brigitte Dadu. And this next one is a Mosey and Me freebie. I thought I had these in order, but I guess I did not. Here it is. And this was one of those, they didn't give you a color key, you got to use your own stash or whatever. And it is called Spring Surprise by Mosey and Me. And I did use the die is cast in here, and I honestly do not know what those colors are, but it's just adorable. I use little seed beads for his eyes, And it was one of those free patterns where I had it in my stack, and every time I'd go through the stack, I'd say, oh, that's so cute. I need to stitch that. So I finally did pull it out, and I did stitch it. And it is, I love Mosey and Me. They're so whimsical. And again, the link to that freebie is down in the notes. And I believe this one is on the Internet Archive site, the Wayback Machine. I love that thing. You can find all kinds of freebies on it. And we're going to talk about freebies in a minute here, as soon as I get done with this. And this is a free design from another French designer. Her name is Maryse. And this is from Village in the Snow, which is by Les Grilles de Maryse. And it's from 2017. And I actually stitched this on a gray even weave. And I did it so that the snow would show up. And I used the DMC colors that she called for. And the snow, I took the Krennic blending filament, the opalescent color, and randomly put the stitched over the white, so it looked glistening like snow would, but I didn't want every stitch to look glistening. So I loved that. That's so sweet. Don't know how I'm gonna finish it, but that's not the point. Now this one is also by Maryse, and it is called Noel 2014. Yeah, Noel 2014. And I actually stitched this little gal on. She is stitched on 28 Joblin Coffee. And I loved working on this. And I know that it looks gray there, but it's not gray. It's actually brown. This is just, the color is way off. But on this I used Silken Colors green leaves, SNC 090, and the Krennic Silk Mori Milk Paint 0116. And I want to stitch this one again in all white and also in all blue. I've got some blue silk that I think it'd be stunning in that. The one that was in white, they had done this bottom, just this bottom motif in red, and it just was so beautiful. But again, the link to this pattern, it's a free pattern, is down below. The next thing I stitched was an eye stitch free design called Christmas Greetings. And I've got it upside down. Yay. And this was stitched on a 28 Quaker linen. The color was natural. And I used the Die is Cast Rose of Sharon. I love that color. It's absolute beautiful red and very vintagey. And on the green on there, it is an Old Willow stitchery floss, which again, Old Willow is a defunct company now. And I'm sad about that, but I've gotten a lot more of the old willow because I've got multiple skeins of it, of maybe one color, which is great. But like with the shamrock one, I used almost the whole skein on that. And it'll be gone. It'll be gone. I won't have it anymore. Isn't that what stash is about? Just coveting all of your stash. Whoa. We'll get that in a minute. Okay, and the next thing, and probably a lot of you have seen this before, or one of this. This is the Brooks Books Animal Advent, or Advent Animals. And I previously had stitched number 1 the kitty and number 2 the polar bear, but Leslie and I had a depression buster stitch along last year, because her and I, we have that seasonal funk thing going on. So the 1st of November we were stitching on Christmas holiday things, and so I stitched Duncan the dog and Mary the mouse. And I don't like mice, but I try not to focus on the fact that she was a mouse. And they turned out really cute. And I'm going to do the rest of them. Now these are being stitched on a Silky Weavers 28 count Lugana in beach with a called for DMC. Now this is actually an opalescent color, so it's got a little bit of a sparkle to it. And I do have the fabric for the backing of it in green and red. And I'm not going to pull it out because I'm not going to make you wait for that. I should have pulled it out, but I didn't. And so to finish them, and I thought they'd be cute as like little pillows hanging from a garland, little ornaments hanging from a garland across the threshold of the dining room. And that'll probably take me 63 years to do. But that's okay because I'm enjoying it. And the next one, oh, okay, it's, I think, in my Bible. It is. This is from Catholic Sprouts. And that's awfully busy. There we go. This one actually is finished. Oh. I finished this. It is Alleluia. It's designed by Nancy Benzush. The internet site is Catholic Sprouts. The fabric is vanilla bean, 28 count even weave. And I used Silks for You. It's a cranberry to raspberry color for the Alleluia. And it reminded me, because red for the blood of Christ, and blue or purple is a royal color. So it was actually the perfect floss, hand-dyed floss or color for this, I thought. And in the design, the cross, which I actually stitched in Rainbow Gallery Fireworks metallic braid number F3. And it, in the original design, the cross is down below the Alleluia, but I moved it up to make the bookmark longer, and I did the buttonhole stitch with pearl cotton number 12. Yeah, 12. And that was a booger butt. And it's not perfect, but I love it, and it's perfect for my Bible. So that was that one, and that link for that pattern is down below. And this one is a fairly new design, free design, and it's from Cecilia Turner, who is Heart in Hand. It's a free design. The link to it is down below. It's called Spooky, and it's a purple linen, and it's called Over the Hill. It's 27 count. I'm not sure who the manufacturer is on it, but it perhaps might be R&R. I used Weeks Dyed Works in Merlin, which is, well, Ruby Slipper is the red one, and that's gassed. Crescent Colors Honeycomb is the yellow, or the yellow color, and the white is DMC. Okay, so Merlin is the black. There we go. Yeah, because it's only got 4 colors. But anyways, it was cute, so I stitched it, and I don't know how I'm going to finish it, but the and this is actually a purple piece of fabric, even though it doesn't really look purple. It is. I thought that was cute. And last but not least, oh, wait a minute, there is another one here too, and I'm not sure where it's at. Don't you love the organization? As hard as I try to be organized. Here it is. Okay. Alright. So this is a hands-on design. Kathy Haberman design. And it's one of the chalkboard designs, but actually it's called Thankful. And I used a dark gray fabric from my stash. It's 28 count, and I used the called for floss on it, and it's much more, the colors are much more vibrant as far as the yellows and oranges and greens. But like that, I thought about using that and finishing it as something to go around a candle for your Thanksgiving table. Wouldn't that be pretty? And the last thing, this designer is a new designer to me, or she had been a new designer. Her name is Pinker and Pumpkin. She does quilting, and she says that she's not a professional cross-stitch designer, but she could fool me, because I think she's fabulous, and you need to check out her site. And the link for this freebie is down below, and it's called Bee Sampler. And I started this on June 9th, and I finished it on June 20th. And that's because I piddle and fart around. The fabric is Weeks Dyed Works 30 count parchment, and I loved working on that. And I used Gentle Arts Sampler Threads Wood Trail, and the That is the darker no, that's the table that the beehive is on. And then I used Old Willer sampler threads, Quaker Swan, which is the white color, Black Cat, which is the alphabet, American Gold Quaker, which is the gold part in the hive, and Chocoholic for the DMC 838s. But anyways, it's cute. Cute, cute, cute. So one of the things that I did while I couldn't make YouTube videos was last November I started a Facebook group, and it's called Needle Free for All. And the link is down below. You need to be a member in order to access the information there. But I post free designs that I find on the internet. And they're legal designs. They're not those scandalous ones. So right now I'm dropping 2 posts a day with 2 different freebies that I find that I like. So right now, since November, that's 6, we've got 8 months of 2 posts a day. So there's a lot of freebies posted there, and I have close to, I think there's 98, or at least there was yesterday, 98 members. You're welcome to join. I'm real particular about it. I mean, it has to be somebody who's of course on Facebook, number one. They have to be on Facebook. But I always check out the profile to see if they are in any Facebook, any cross-stitch groups. I'll check out their page to find out how long that they've been a member, because I don't want to get people on there selling things. And we had, in 8 months, we've had one problem, and that person got, I should have been paid more scrutiny to their homepage. So anyways, that's a place where you can go, where you will find lots of free designs. We've just had several new members this week, and one of the gals just sort of like squealed and said, oh my gosh, she goes, I can't decide which one I want to stitch first. So, and another place that's not on Facebook that you can go is my blog. I did a complete update of my blog in April. I went through all the free links. There's over 250 links to sites that have free designs on them. And I went through those and tried to fix the links. Sometimes the sites were no longer there, so deleted those. But I've added a lot, like Pinker and Pumpkin. I love her stuff. She has got such cute stuff. So anyways, and the link to my blog, where you can get the links to the free sites, is in the notes below, and the link to my Needle Free for All on Facebook is down there too. And you're welcome to, if you're not on Facebook, the only thing I can say that you're missing is my free designs. But anyways, so that's it for the free part of for the most part what I wanted to talk to you about today. And I did want to say that I did want to talk about the Thread Heaven, and there's a lot of ums in here. You'll have to forgive me. I'm out of, oh my gosh, and this is a lot longer than I wanted to do. So anyways, but just I found I was using the Thread Heaven. The Thread Heaven, of course, is no longer manufactured or made, but I found my friend Leslie told me about the silicone. People were using these silicone earplugs. So I went and I bought one, and then I went and I bought several packages of them. And I've been using them now for two or 3 years, and I'm happy with them. Some people might not use them, but anyways, yeah, there's 12 in a package at Walmart. These are from, I got these at Walmart, and these are called Ultra Soft Silicone Earplugs. For 12 of them, or 6 pair, I paid $3.46. I know those prices can vary. There is a brand called Max. I think these are Equate. Anyways, there's one called Max, M-A-C-K-S, and they are $3.96 for 12 of them. But there's 2 links down below to articles about the thread conditioners. So I found that sort of interesting. So anyways, I am going to say goodbye because this is much longer than I anticipated. And I'm going to work to try to get it down to 20 or 25 minutes. I don't know if I'm going to do a video next week or if it'll be the week after that. Probably not next week because Warren will be home on vacation next week. And I just want to say thank you so much for visiting me here and visiting my FlossTube channel. And if you need to get in contact with me, my email address is below. I love you all so much, and I will see you the next time. God bless.